I feel like a fraud. How have I got these ringside seats?
It's time for our tale of the tape. First up, we have the Myth. And they'll be facing Roy Jones Jr. They call him Pensacola's finest, tipping the scales at 159 pounds spot on.
There is no joke about this. Someone is going to get hurt, the other is going to get embarrassed. Let's make sure they measure up well.
Here we have the Myth from the United States of America.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from the United States of America. Wearing the black trunks trimmed with cyan, the Myth. Fighting out of the blue corner, introducing the newly crowned champion, holding a record of 22 wins, no losses, 20 big wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the young, undefeated, and newly crowned IBF middleweight champion of the world, known as Captain Hook, introducing Roy Jones Jr.
All the talking has been done. It's time to start doing the walking.
I love this arena. I dream of places like this. I dream of fights like this. I dream of atmospheres like this, but it could only happen here.
No doubt about it. This was the hottest ticket in town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold. What a fight we expect this one to be. Both of these athletes primed and ready. Nice hook. Just avoids the left uppercut. Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
You have certain fighters that are born for this, that are made for the big crowd. And looking at that corner right there, that is that fighter right there. They've elevated, lifted this fight. They're not touching the ground. This is what they were born for.
So tense anymore, trying to loosen things up. I like it. A perfect counter shot. Good counter punching. That jab won't score. Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. And now they're right back into the... Oh, wait a minute! Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. Trying to buy time. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What will they do? What will they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Back and forth they go. Beautiful counter shot. This slugger isn't interested in winning rounds. He just wants to win the fight. And he's not going to do it on the... Whoa, wait a minute! Roy Jones Jr., believe it or not, may want to take a knee here. Good job trying to back out of trouble.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to finish from.
Have to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. They've got the momentum. They've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
Great round, great round. Now, relax, relax. Good work, you think.
Back into it. Now it's a tougher fight. He's going to be confident.
Correct. Don't forget the jab and don't get carried away. Think about the defense and
On
end
the end of a jab and then start gathering your pace and win this round back. Take away that confidence. Stop him in his tracks. You don't want to lose this fight, do you? Come on.
Great round. Now, I don't want you to load up. Don't be looking
In the round. Get back behind your jab. Basics. Just get your rhythm.
He's absolutely shattered. He's hurt. He's ready to go. But you've got to be...
I need you to win this round. Get your mind back. Get your focus back. Get that jab.
Just stay focused. Don't let him back in
Time
second.
winding down as we get set for another round.
Go back and win the round, right?
Don't change too much yet. Keep doing what you're doing. The gaps will appear and he'll start tiring up.
Here's the bell for round 2. They exchange punches. Nice counter. Beautiful counter punch. These punches coming from every angle. Nice counter punch right up the middle. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. Fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Counterpuncher's my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. They have no respect for each other's punching power. Well done with that counter shot. Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. How did they not go down?
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
These two are the perfect dance partners.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Punch, counter punch. That hook was off target. When are we going to see a jab from these two? That counter punch caught him clean. That's another scoring shot. Good counter punch. A scoring hook. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. He threw a punch. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the...
Listen, beast.
Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
There's a counter shot. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. They both want the knockout. Nice counter shot. Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. And he scores with the counter. That counter shot lands. That punch has been his best weapon all fight long. Catch and shoot. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you're in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Do you believe this? And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Nice exchange here from both men. And he misses with that straight left. How about that time counter shot? Those counter punches have to hurt. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight.
There's the bell for round 4. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Nobody home with that hook. Nice counter punch. Swing and a miss with that hook. There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What are you seeing?
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history book.
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
Stumbling around in potholes, in serious trouble. They've avoided catastrophe there.
Now they've got to wake up, they've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Couldn't land that jab. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. Counter punch. Those counter punches have to hurt. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. And the myth has been knocked down. Let's watch this again. He set it up perfectly and knocked him down.
A shot from the...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You still want to fight.
That'll be a 10-8 round for sure with the knockdown.
You've been put down, you've got to think right, survive, and then give it back the next round.
Go out there and let's reset.
Yes, I like that round. Good round. Feel good? Good man.
And win this next round. Get out there and switch.
Right hand's beautiful. I said, start just sticking a few body shots in there a little bit. Just bear it up a little bit.
On to the fifth we go. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to outthink him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
You'd like to see more jabs. Do you believe what we're seeing? They exchange punches. Misses with the straight left. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing up and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Try and relax a little bit now. Fight a little differently. They better start respecting each other's punching power. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
Both men step back for just a moment. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Nice counter punch right up the middle. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. All three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
Dominance with...
That's a tougher fight.
And there's the bell to start round 6. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
A lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Punch, counter punch. He blocks that right hook. Perfect counter shot. Both men step back for just a moment. Good counter punching. Through the straight left, but it won't score. Nice counter shot. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
One moment changes everything, especially in this division. Let's see that again.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You okay?
They're on their feet, but is this the beginning of the end?
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your eagle's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
Looks like he's going to survive the round here, but just barely. No one knows a fighter better than their trainer, and this trainer is certainly considering maybe throwing in.
Need you to switch back.
Here comes round 7. Let's see if they can shake off the cobwebs after a disastrous last round.
2 knockdowns, and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible, because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Shot lands. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through?
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Beautiful counter punch. Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. I thought that was going to be a knockdown at least.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
You'd like to see more jabs. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there, these guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. But it hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
looks like a little bit of a strategy change here, loosening up the technique. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy.
And we enter the 8th round. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
We hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. That counter shot lands. Insane action. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. And you've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses. How do you deal with it?
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have the quick burst. Boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Just misses with that uppercut. Hook missed. A perfect counter shot. They won't give us a second to catch our breath. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Judges have spoken, a unanimous decision victory.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened, a unanimous decision. What a way, what tactics, what a game plan, what a result.